All right, Cynthia Freeland back with us as we dive into her top 5 rookie wide receivers for the 2021 season. Now, Cyn, SEC fans, I have a feeling are going to see a little theme here, but let's start in New York with a rookie who's been turning heads already this offseason.
Okay, so Elijah Moore, there you go, Ole Miss. That's our first SEC representative. He ranks number 5. Next Gen stats show that last season the Jets only had 2 players that had 10 or more receptions of 10-plus air yards. We need those 10-plus air yards. It's my theme of this show, apparently. Moore actually ranked number 7 in FBS last year on such passes with 490 yards of them and just 2 drops on 88 catchable passes. So this is a great addition. He would have a higher fantasy value if there were no Jamison Crowder there, but remember, Crowder's still there. Then we have Terrace Marshall Jr., the LSU standout. This guy has a huge body. He's like a basketball player, but I say that in the nicest way possible. Carolina, just 4 touchdowns on those 10-plus air yard targets. Then that's a really interesting number because there's also 10 interceptions on such passes. That's a big deal. This guy had 7 touchdowns on deep target passes over the last 2 seasons. It's tied for number 3. That's a big deal. 20 catches in traffic. Joe Brady is going to have a field day using this guy. He already knows how. They're going to have a reunion from LSU.
Oh, all right, Cynthia. Next on your list are 2 Alabama wide receivers. Why does Jalen Waddle come in at number 3?
Well, number 3, because the opportunity for him to have those catches that he needs in fantasy just may not be there because there's some other mouths to feed in this offense. So when I look to see here, I look last year. Look at what happened with the Dolphins. Over 29% of their passes were into tight windows. That's the highest rate per Next Gen stats. So you need to clear some space. What do Alabama receivers do well? Well, they run routes really, really well. And Waddle, by the way, top 5 in yards after the catch per reception with 11.5 last year. He's also the fastest in the class when he was open. Then we got number 2, Devontae Smith. He just won a Heisman Trophy, no big deal. He also is a really precise route runner. I talked earlier about I didn't know what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts, what's going on there. He has the most yards after the catch. His speed went up, the 3rd best in all of FBS. So that's a really big deal. And by the way, he had the most receptions with at least 3 feet of separation at the time of the catch. So this is a guy who's going to be really helpful for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
Okay, so that leaves Jamar Chase as your top projected rookie. How much does his familiarity with Joe Burrow play into this projection, Cyn?
Actually, it's really, really helpful. It also factors into the opportunity because Cincinnati used 11 personnel, so 3 wide receiver sets at the highest rate in 2020. So that's a big deal. And one area they weren't so good at, though, is those 20-plus air yard targets. That's a big deal because that's the area where Chase, when Burrow were actually really, really good at 14 deep touchdown passes on such passes. Remember, he didn't play last season, so that's like the most that anyone had, and he didn't even play last year. So that's a really interesting fact. They'll have a much better, deeper opportunity.